Good morning, welcome to day 25 of the vlog. I hope you're well today. I am sitting enjoying my coffee, and I have been doing a little bit of spinning just to get into the day, and I am now waiting on James to get ready, and we're going to head off out this morning and get his drive out for today. And thank you so much for all your suggestions and ideas and thoughts about what you'd like to see. All of them are quite doable. James and I are out every day. It's his outlet. So we are really out most days, and actually having a focus is really nice. And finding somewhere that we can gallivant to, because sometimes it feels like just going round in circles. But it really is an outlet for him, and that is why I am out in the car so often. But today, based on some of the suggestions, we're going to a place that we are in at least once a week, actually, so it's not out of the way for me at all. But we're going to head down, I think, towards Hollywood again. If you watch Day 19, Hollywood is where the little town that Emma and I visited on Thursday, Day 19, whatever day that was. And it's directly across the loch from me, so we just have to drive into the end of the loch, through Belfast and out. So it's not far at all. And as one of you noted, Hollywood is the hometown of Rory McIlroy. It's Rory land. So we're going to head out that way and get our coffee, and then, as we often do, we will head over towards Newton ARTZ, which is it's quite a big town, not far from Belfast, but the other side of Belfast from me. And there is a beautiful tower called Scrabo Tower, and we will go and have a look at that as requested. And when we are in Newton ARTZ, I think we will even get a yarn shop in. So all in all, this could be quite a full day and seeing different things. So that's the plan today. I've also been asked to, if I can, to go to Ballymena, and Ballymena is very, very close to me. Again, it's somewhere I'm in nearly once a week, or through nearly once a week, so that is easily done. It is the home of Liam Neeson. So we have lots of famous, for such a small country, we have a lot of famous people from this area. So it's the home of Liam Neeson. Anyway, that'll be another day. But today it is County Down, it is Hollywood, and Newton ARTZ, and hopefully Scrabo, and a little bit of other countryside. And James is really enjoying taking the footage, and thank you so much for all the really nice positive comments that you have made about James taking the footage. I have passed them all on, and he's very chuffed. He's very happy with them. So that's the plan for today. I need to go and chivvy him and get him ready, get him sorted, and we will head out on our travels. We're home from a busy day out and a really, really nice drive, and going to spots that I normally don't stop at but pass on a very regular basis. So I've had fun today. We stopped at the Coronation Garden, which is like down at the bottom of my road almost. It was put there a few years ago, as you will have seen. The garden designer Dermot Gavin designed the garden for the coronation of the King and Queen, and it has really flourished into a really, really pretty garden. I haven't actually stopped in at it since I think the week it was opening. I had a look before it opened, but I hadn't actually gone into it since, so it was lovely getting to walk around that. It's a place I could see myself going and sitting. It was very quiet, it was lovely. And we went on from there, and I showed you, we drove through Hollywood just so that I could show you Hollywood Golf Club and where Rory McIlroy's from. And then we went on to Newton ARTZ and went up to Scrabble. I have taken the sound off any footage that was taken on the way up to Scrabble, because I think if you'd heard it you would have probably sent for paramedics. It was a steep climb at the end, and there was a lot of heavy breathing and huffing and puffing and having to stop, but it was really worth it getting to the top. You have such beautiful views all around the countryside, over towards here and out over Strangford Lough and out actually over the Newton ARTZ, the ARTZ Peninsula, to the sea on the other side of the peninsula. So the views were stunning, and then another direction you were looking out to the Mourne Mountains. So it was really beautiful up there. So we enjoyed that, and we actually drove round the ARTZ Peninsula then. So the water you see at the end of the cliffs there is the Irish Sea again. Kind of just the bit that I'm looking out over at. So yeah, it was a really lovely drive. I had a quiet co-pilot today, so I think he's tired, and I think he's setting himself up for watching a movie tonight. We were to watch the 1980s version of Dune about a week ago, I think it was, and we didn't get to it, so I think we're planning to watch that tonight and have a cosy night in, because he's tired, and I think we just need some quiet time for that later on. But I also got to Inspiring Yarns, which was amazing. It was my first time in the store. It's a fabulous yarn shop in Newton ARTZ, and it was started off as and is still run as a social, it's for mental health, for helping out with mental health. I will link the website where you can order their yarn, and also I think you can see their story about how they were set up. But it was really started to kind of as a response to the fact that a lot of us find knitting and working with wool as really good therapy for mental health. So it's a program that has been built up around that, and this group of Inspiring Yarns, they actually hosted the yarn show that took place a few weeks ago, or the yarn festival that I was unable to get to, but from all accounts was a great success. And it's just a lovely enterprise, and it was a really friendly little store. The two ladies that were in there were more than friendly and more than helpful, and it was beautiful seeing the array of yarns. They had a really good selection of kind of bigger brands and just beautiful yarns from big brands, but they also carried their own brand. Inspiring Yarns, the dyers behind it originally dyed Giddy Ant yarns, and they're now under the label Inspiring Yarns. So I knew the colours would be beautiful, and I did come home with some. I came home with this one. it's browns and creams. I'll try and insert a photograph with better colours. It's not really showing up very well in here, and I couldn't resist, that's our label, this. It's a 50-gram sock, basically. Skein. I can definitely get a pair of socks, full socks out of this if I use a contrasting colour for the heels, cuffs and toes. And it's a merino, 75-25 merino nylon, but it was the name that really caught my eye. It is called the Pen Stealer, and I would love to knit a pair of socks for Amy out of this. I don't know if she would wear them, but when she was a little girl, a toddler, little baby, her grandfather, my dad, always wore a shirt that had a pocket, a breast pocket, and he always kept a pen in that pocket, and he called Amy his pen stealer because she always stole the pen out of his pocket when he was playing with her. So I had to get the pen stealer. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. Looks to be wee shades of pink in there almost. As I said, I'll try and get a clearer photograph. I will come back to the other inspiring yarns skein that I got in a moment, but I did get this beautiful sock set, and it is from CULLUM, and CULLUM unfortunately no longer dyes yarn. Jess, it was an Irish dyer, dyed stunning yarns, but she's no longer dyeing, which is a real shame for us. And there was only a few skeins left, and I think the shop might have one or two still in the shop. So if you like CULLUM, I would advise you to go over to Inspiring Yarns and get some of this, because as I said, it's almost gone. But I couldn't resist those colours, so I got that. But I also got another little sock set of Inspiring Yarns. Again, it's the 75-25 merino nylon, and it's called Flora. And it's beautiful colours, and there's the pops of green in there, and then the green contrast. I couldn't leave that on the shelf, but this is not for me, this is for one of you. Because of the support that you've given me over this past month and all the encouragement, now that I'm back, I wanted to give something to one of you. So, between now and the 30th, I would like you to comment below what your favourite thing about summer is. Just leave a comment in the comments, and on the 30th, at the end of that vlog for the last day, I will announce the winner of this yarn. Okay, so that's all that you have to do, is comment in the comments below this video, and then I'll use random generator to pick a winner. So this is from Inspiring Yarns, so it's a Northern Ireland dyed yarn. So that was my day. It's going to be a quiet evening, as I said. Get some dinner, and James and I will get the movie on, and yeah, that is the plan for the rest of the evening. Tomorrow will be probably a more home-based day, although we did see a text coming in there asking me would I go out for the day, but we'll have to consider that one. I'm tired today. 2 big jaunts in a week, but they've been fun. So yeah, off to have a relaxing evening, and I'll see you tomorrow. you.